wanna be free with my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution. The time is now. I just wanna be free. 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 Can't you see? I just wanna be free.
Nice. Okay. It's another episode of the Things I Wish I Knew About Money podcast. I'm your host, Kamille Smith. I don't know what just happened. I thought for a second it's Mercury retrograde because the way I'm struggling right now is absolutely ridiculous. However, this is episode 198. I am ecstatic because this is going to be a special one. I'm just trying to make sure everything is going through as planned. But we're in a new month. First of all, today is October 5th. This is month 42 without my mom. So I just wanted to start off that. I swear this is not the reason why I'm struggling. It's just that my computer, the last second, just didn't want to work on me, which is cool. So it kind of has me flustered. But it's still going to be a great episode because I just wanted to do a recap of last week's event for something that happened unexpectedly. I didn't expect to go because I only got the tickets like literally a week before going. I'm just ecstatic that I was able to go and I was able to see a lot of people, meet a lot of new people. I have to big up Christopher Lawrence. Christopher Lawrence is like the wingman. And hopefully he can come on just to share his experience and others to be able to share their experience. But I listen, the way I felt at that conference, it left me overwhelmed. It left me with joy and wow. What a day. First of all, that was the longest day I've had in a while. And the only reason why it's the longest day that I've had is because I literally had no sleep that day. No sleep at all. So I'm ecstatic about it. However, as you can see, it's episode 198 and golly, that means two more episodes until 200th. And again, I want it to be like a party or movie and stuff. I want people to join and all that good stuff. So if you can join, by all means, please, especially if you've been a guest. So let me know in the chat. Let me know if you want to be a guest on the 200th. I don't know why I always stumble with that. But I'm really excited about, you know, I've been doing this for like 4 years. Jeez Louise, 4 years. And every time these episodes, these discussions give me life. So I'm just glad that I'm able to share that with others. Um guys, you will be you will laugh. I literally post this in two places. That's what happens when things are happening and things. But I digress. So first things first, let me tell you how this went, okay? So the event started at 10. And Christopher won the tickets, and he's like, "Yo, Cam, I want to get there early." I was like, "All right, like, yo, okay, what time early?" He's like, "Before everyone gets there." I was like, "All right." So my imagination is we're gonna get there for 9:30. I was like, "Dang, if we get there for 9:30, that mean, and then there's traffic going downtown because it was at Young and Carlton or Young and College, however way you want to say it." I was like, "Ooh, we're gonna have to leave at like 8:15, 8:30 ish." So I was like, "Oh, you wanna, let's leave at 8:45." He's like 8:30, and I was like, "Gosh, dang it." Okay, and mind you, I didn't go to sleep that night. So fortunate enough, the time that I suggested, he did get there. So we did get downtown like a good time, right? It was a good time. Listen, folks, listen here. So, I didn't know all the speakers that was going to be there. Oops, I know. You gotta know who's gonna be there, right? But I was ecstatic enough to be like, okay, so Dr. Eric Thomas is gonna be there, Jeremy Anderson's gonna be there, Orlando sorry, Bowen is gonna be there. All right, cool. There's other folks, and that's amazing. I don't know them because I didn't do my proper research because based on how I got the tickets, right? So boom, boom, boom. We're walking down the street. Don't I see Jeremy Anderson? I was like, yeah, watch it. So I'm trying to build content, right? Because remember, I'm building content, and I'm like, oh gosh, look, guys, I see them. We get into the elevator with them. At first, I thought um his wife was with him, and there's just other folks like on the team that's with them. So I'm like, oh, do y'all know I didn't say nothing? Me, and I tell y'all every time, yes, I it looks like I'm outgoing, but sometimes I get shy and nervous. Sometimes I get shy and nervous. So I was absolutely nervous. I could not say anything to them, right? And I kicked myself. So not only did boom, so I thought Jeremy Anderson was in there, didn't say nothing. Then we're like in the event and we're seeing the speakers. All of a sudden I see the lady that was right beside me speaking. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's one of the speakers as well, Jessica Lundy. I was like, oh. And then after again, a next person came on the stage, CJ Quinney. I saw his logo and I'm like, boy, me could have sworn I seen this logo before. I was like, oh, he was the other gentleman that was in the elevator. So I was able to see three of the guest speakers. And you know, me didn't do nothing. So lesson number one, lesson number one when it comes to going to events, know who's going to be there, right? Know the speakers, right? Because you never know when you're gonna see them and when you're gonna get the opportunity to talk to them. So I'm really cheesed that I didn't take the opportunity, but I think I was having one heck of a week, so whichever. So know the speakers. And if you see them, take the courage to actually say something to them, right? Get the courage to say something to them. Um the next thing that I acknowledged was when I tell you Christopher is the perfect person as a wingman. Christopher was like, "Yo, oh, my name's so and this is my friend Camille Smith. She's the best accountant." Da, 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 da. And I'm like, "Oh, thank you. I don't have to do anything." And I think that's what I mentioned to someone the other day is sometimes it's better when someone introduces you than you just, oh shucks, and look who's come true. Oh, great timing. The big Mr. Wingman is himself. Why, Christopher? Wagwan, wagwan. How are you, sir? How's it going? You look
Not too
fresh
bad.
though. Mr. You have a new haircut?
Yeah.
Watch ya! Welcome, welcome. Before we even talk about the whole event again, tell the folks who you are while I try to fix it myself.
Now, hold on one moment because I'm getting
Echo?
hold on one moment. Uh, an echo, but I think it's on my end.
No, I think you're good. I can hear you fine.
Can you hear me?
Mm.
Perfect. There you go. So my name is Christopher Lawrence. A Frequency Event Promotions. We graphic design, we advertise, and we print, and we're also promoting our podcast. I'm an entrepreneur podcast. Camille. And Camille and I went to a beautiful event, and it was amazing. It was called the Next Level event. But yeah, it was great. It was great.
All right, let me come true. Let me come back. Thank you. Oh, I don't like it like this. Oh, yes. Boom. So, Christopher, I was just telling them when we just got there because I was making a joke that you want to be there extra early, on time, and everything. And I was like, all right, nine 30 is good. So what? You want to reach my house at 8:45? And you're like, nah, 8:30, 8:15. I was like, the stress I had in my life. So, because the joke was I wasn't even at home, but I was like, I know I had to be home by this time so I could actually be there and on time, right? So I'm glad
Right.
that it all worked out and was able to be ready by the time you got there, right? So another thing I was mentioning was the being in the elevator with three of the guest speakers. And I was too shy. And Christopher, Christopher, I'll tell you, Christopher is a celebrity. He's like, nah, man, we good. We don't have to, we don't have to see it, nothing. But I was like, and that's why I just said, know the speakers and not be afraid to speak to them, right?
Yeah.
What was going on through your mind when we acknowledged that some of the speakers were like in the elevator?
It was a good feel moment, but I don't know if you
Yes.
noticed when we got off the elevator, the folks that were receiving us that knew the guest speakers, they were telling us to go basically with them, like we were part of the entourage. So I kind of followed suit without even really realizing what was taking place. But you know what? It was good to kind of be amongst that environment because it's obvious that everybody that was in the elevator was a part of the event, and
Yes.
obviously they're taking new heights, new levels to what they're doing. And
Mm.
I don't know if you've been following the speakers post event, but I think they went next to like London.
Yeah, the UK. The
Right,
UK.
they're all over now. So it was just amazing to be amongst. Like I felt the energy in that elevator, and
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and to kind of seat in the elevator and to kind of receive it, being in the audience of what each
Hmm.
individual speaker was saying, it was amazing, amazing
I
experience.
I agree. And then I remember like what one of the volunteers and big up the volunteers.
Yep, they did a
Like
phenomenal job.
they were like on top of things. But one of the volunteers was in the elevator and they're like, "Oh, welcome to the folks that are from the States
Uh,
or from Canada." And what do you guys say? Toronto, the six, the T dot. And I was like, I still say Toronto. And it's very funny how you hear not funny, oop, wrong word. It's very interesting how people say Toronto that are like not from here. They I don't know why you add the T. The other T, you don't have to add the other T, and stuff. But it was really dope. I that part alone, and then just trying to network because the game plan is to network and things. And like I said, Christopher, wingman. When you need someone to introduce you,
Kamille.
Christopher is my guy. Why am I putting Christopher's my guy?
The other way.
I know. I'm like, I'm pointing at you on my wave.
Right, right,
The
right.
way-
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. But
And
thank you again for the ticket. Thank you.
because why? Because you followed the rules. You
Yes.
commented, you
Yes.
liked, you follow,
Yes.
and you share. To anyone that was
Yes.
getting mad at me for not choosing them, follow the rules. It's all
It's
about
that
following the
simple.
rules,
It's that
right?
simple.
It's, how hard is that? And Christopher knew he won from time. He was calling me so like, Camille. So when are you gonna tell people when I'm winning? I'm like, I was like, yeah, I'm not talking to you right now. I
But it was
can't with
good
you
that
right now.
you good. It was a good way of how you actually gifted the ticket. That was a good way of doing it. Um, and yeah, please follow Camille of Fitness IQ. And if you're an entrepreneur wanting to be on this platform, I'm pretty sure she wouldn't be allergic
Of course,
to having you on. So long as the stars align, I guess, right?
exactly.
Free plug,
And
free plug.
and of course, free plug for you as well because your podcast came out this week that just
Yep,
passed.
yep,
What? Yeah, she
yeah.
done.
Which
But
you were on as well.
of course, of course, of course, we're always supporting each other. And then
Yeah.
there's one thing. So with the conference, one thing that I acknowledged at first they were trying to hype us up, hype us up and all those things. But after a while, it felt like I was at church. I felt like I was at church a little bit. Just the music that was playing, um, the words that were being said, and yeah, that's how I felt. Like, what about you?
Well, I don't know if you heard this, but I heard a few hallelujahs at different times of the event. So I would say probably persons of that faith or that religion or that walk of life was definitely in the house. But yeah, they were playing a lot of gospel music. There were a lot of inferences of God, religion, Bible verses. But I think if you really sat on it and you captured the essence of what they were saying, it was
Yeah,
basically confidence within yourself. It was also saying to research, acquire more knowledge, practice what you're reading, test the results. If it's not working, try something else. So
I'm
there was a lot
about
of
to
that.
I'm about to show my notes, not on here actually, but the notes that I took because listen, my phone almost died that day too because of all the note taking and videos and stuff, right? Big up Adrian. Adrian, you're the real MVP. You saved my life. I almost
How that
I
actually
almost
happened.
missed. Huh?
I was just saying that was just weird. How weird, but actually a great thing that happened. Because right when in the nick of time, when your phone was dying, it's like he read your mind and he's like, "Yeah, here you go."
He literally I was like pacing myself, looking for a plug. I was like, golly, I could really go for a charger. And he was like, no, I got you. I was like, you're the real MVP. So thank you again. And which speaker did you enjoy the most? Oh, dum dum
That's a
dum.
tough one. I'd have to really sit down and process that a bit. But
Okay.
Eric Thomas, I've been following him ever since he came out.
Yeah.
But I've never seen him on a stage before. It was just more like through my computer screen.
Yes, yes,
But
yes.
I think he spoke twice.
Yes,
He
he did. So he did like
Fireside,
thank you, fireside, and then his time came
the
to for
keynote.
him. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
For him to
so
speak.
I would say E.T. Eric Thomas for me. It's it's
Okay.
it's the example of I think it was Joseph in the Bible, how he had the dream and how folks didn't believe in him and how he just kind of took the negative talk and put it to the side and did what he had to do. And the most profound thing that Eric Thomas said is being in the same environment and still expecting yourself to stay in that environment. That kind of resonated with me. That sometimes
Listen,
you've outgrown the aquarium, if I may, and it's like it's time for something new. Hence the actual conference topic, next level.
right? Let me go to my notes. For you folks that are watching and listening to the replay, let me tell you, this thing cheesed me. And you know what? I think it's so ironic that I won these tickets and it resonated with me. And it says like this. Um you are dope, but you're in the wrong environment. You are dope, but you're surrounded by the wrong people. You are dope, but your systems that you have is not the right systems. And
Wow.
I was like,
Ouch. Yeah.
"Mm."
Yeah. Ouch. Ouch.
Do you know how cheese I was? Yeah, I almost left. I kid you not, guys. I almost left because I was like, and this is not saying that I haven't heard this before. This when yo, yo speak, he looked right at me. He said, "Yo, Kamille, you're dope, but you are not in the right environment, or you will not be able to grow until you leave your nest." And if anyone knows what that means, it's hard when you hear it in 100 different ways, right? So like that part was great with me, even with his fire side. He said creativity, consistency, and availability. That's the one you like. That's one of the ones you like.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Um,
That was the ET though. That was
that was Etienne and CJ Quincy.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
both of them.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
he was giving us the example of
Examples.
how ET became who he was, right? So and cause it's his thank God it's Monday. So that's this thing that people remember when they say CEET, and you also know that he's gonna shout at you, right? So that's the one thing about it, and consistency. I'm trying to type it at the same time, and I believe that's something you and I hold down. We're very consistent, as you can see. um Boom, there it is. Sorry, folks. I'm trying to rate the dang thing. So being creative, consistent, and available is the ways of their success, right?
Hmm.
And even the anchor. What is your anchor? That one
I'm still
was
processing that piece that he said. I'm still
okay.
processing.
Go on.
Like I'm still. I
As
don't. I don't.
in, mhm. No, no, no.
As in, like he said it, but it didn't really gravitate to me amongst the other pieces he said.
Okay, okay.
But when I think of an anchor, I think of okay, an anchor is making you stationary, where you're not really moving, or you've
Mm,
moved, but with the anchor now down in the ground, you're now at a standstill.
I like that. I like that. Okay,
But I
okay.
don't know if that's why he used that word or that analogy. I don't know, but
That's interesting because he said, "Don't let money be your anchor, and don't let fame be your anchor." Right?
right. So I'm still processing that because I remember when he said it, I'm just like, what did he mean by that?
And sometimes I guess it's not that is not the message that you are supposed to receive, but someone else. Because that one I was almost said, I'm like, dang, so I can't have money as the anchor or the main focus. Because fame is not the main focus for me.
No.
It's the community, the money, and just having that financial freedom just to be good, right? And then once
Yeah.
I've got that thing, I'm able to push it on to others. So that's one thing that stuck with me. And I sorry, I actually remember the one that you love the most, and that's from Jeremy Anderson. Well, let me get back to my notes. Knowing,
Ah,
doing, and being. I know
yeah.
you love that one. So how do you feel when you heard that one? Oh, almost did it the wrong
I
way.
think when I hear that, I
Mm,
think of the phrase permanent beta, like
yeah.
it's ongoing, knowing, doing, being. Because once you know something and you act
Hmm.
on it and you see the results of it, that's knowing, doing, and being for me, right? But
Exactly.
I think in doing that, it's life is like a forward progression. It's a forward
Mhm.
progression,
Mhm.
and then
Mhm.
it has the dips, and then it has the high points, but it's always moving, right? So knowing, doing, being.
Yes.
When I hear that, when I say it, I think of I'm existing in a space, but in order to exist in the space,
Mhm.
I gotta be moving. I gotta be moving to higher heights.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me, I guess.
True, because being going to the next level is great, but you going to the next level will always be great. But when you think about how you're going to get there, that's the tricky part, right? And I guess the self is knowing thyself, being
First and foremost.
yourself, and then I think the last thing was being like a human being, right? And that was able to. I liked the saying, but it I think the saying was more profound with you than me. But I think the one thing that I took from it is be yourself,
Mm.
right? And no one's gonna be able to. You won't be able to attract people if you don't know yourself, if you don't be yourself. And that's the key. So I always have to remember that too, because I'm not saying I am fake, but I'm saying like sometimes there's a different persona that you have to show when you're on here and stuff. Regardless how I'm feeling, I'm going to show up. Like today's my mom's it's not the anniversary. I know you're gonna get scared. You're like, ah, it's not, but it's been 42 months. So it's just like every time it's the fifth, I'm just like, but regardless, this is something my mom would say. Keep pushing. You got this. Right? And you guys, yeah, wanna make me feel good, When I come true, I do this for y'all. So that was one of the things. And the five transformations, I think he calls it. Transformations.
Oh, that pyramid
Um
thing?
yes. And it's not that type of pyramid, folks.
No, no, no.
But so he's Coach Crump, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna show it like this. So Coach, he says it in a way where it's in different levels and it's beautiful. So the C is for, and I'm gonna see if you're paying attention to what happened or if you remember things. Pressure. Pressure, no pressure. Do you remember it, sir?
Oh, well, you look at the time. I think the first one was consistency.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me double check. Let's see. I'm gonna confirm with you. Close, close. Another type of
Commitment.
see
Yeah.
it? Commitment. Gosh, I felt like I didn't spell it right. So the first one is commitment. And it's true because it's like if you think of anything that you do in life, right? You have to be committed to that for it to push through, even the times when you don't want to do it. aka. And I'm not saying I didn't want to do it today, but I know I'm committed to every week. You guys are gonna get an episode, especially because the 200th is coming October 19th. So I gotta make sure
Right
I
around the
keep it
corner.
consistent. Yeah, I have to make sure Misty consistent, right?
That's it.
So that was the C, right? And then the O, this one.
Organize.
So when I see this one, I was like,
Gotta be organized. Yep.
and this is a level of, I'm trying to look at my all my notes. Organization. He said 168, aka 7 days, right?
Yep.
So honor your 168. And at first I was like, huh? But then I was like, true. In order to know what's happening in 168, you have to be organized. Whether that's having a calendar, having an assistant that keeps you, on lock, time
Sure.
management and stuff, you have to organize your things. And that's one thing that spoke to me, and just thinking of it as a bookkeeper that always has to keep organized with things, even though there's no receipts and things around, but I gotta keep it cool and things. And so for the A, man, this
Available.
no
Accountable.
accountability
Oh my gosh. I'm mixing the A up with
with the
Jeremy.
other guy. No,
Yeah.
yeah. OMG. When I heard this one, I was like, sometimes you need your friends. Oh, and it's the 1-7-30, right? So let me put that down here. So he said, you need, actually, let me add it to the thing. Why would I do it like that? You need to have someone that you're able to speak to once a month. Let me confirm. Once a month or once a week, weekly, and every 30 days to hold you accountable of your goals.
Right.
And I think that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Like, your weekly checkups is always great because it's able to keep you consistent and organized. And
Right.
yeah, it's like if you're going back to the gym, you're not just gonna do it once in a blue moon, right? You got to be consistent, and you have to, like, someone's there to check you. Even if you have a person that you see at the gym and you're like, you there? You're there too. It's like secret or a silent accountability, right? And then even the 30 days, or I even say quarterly, because every quarter, and we're in their last quarter, you want to make sure that those quarters are going to be as great as the other quarters, and for the year, right? And how do you feel about that accountability while I get the second one running?
Um,
Put that one.
yeah, I mean, to be accountable for what you're setting forth to complete, I mean, first and foremost, you got to be accountable to yourself. But I think how you
Key.
can, I guess, really reach that goal in tip top shape is if you have somebody that you can actually hold you accountable, right?
Absolutely.
Um, there might be some
Absolutely.
days that you don't feel to do it, or you might be finding an excuse that should never excuse, but you're using it as an excuse to get out of it. That person or that someone could say, "Well, hey, Camille, remember you got to stay on task, right?" Or Christopher, the same thing, right? So
Yes,
yeah, accountability. I think it's an around the clock thing. It's not a part time thing. It's not a seasonal thing. If you want to be successful, you got to be
exactly.
accountable. Yeah.
Right? And then the
Yeah.
next one is capacity. This one's good. And basically what he's like, how much can you do, or the maximum amount that something or someone can contain or produce. You need to learn more, listen more, and level more. And this is also the perfect way someone has to make sure we execute, right? And I was like, ooh, this one's big, because it's like, do you have that bandwidth to scale up, right? If you don't have the capacity, but that comes with all the other things that happened, right? If you don't have the capacity, you do realize that you're gonna struggle a little bit, you know. So having the capacity to level up is another thing as well. And then the last one, and I like this one. I am, you know what? When I frigging did the post, I frigging forgot capacity. I should have looked. I was like, okay, COAH. Come on, you gotta include all of them, right? But the last one is habits.
Habits.
What
Hmm.
habits are we doing?
There's a book, The Power of Habits.
I think
I have
that's
that
the
book
one we
lying
read,
around.
right?
That's when I was a part of the book club. So I think
Yes,
that
yes, yes,
in the
yes,
book
yes.
takes 21 days for something what you're setting out to do to become a
Mm-hmm.
habit.
Exactly.
So it was interesting how he slipped that in with all the
Mm.
previous stuff he was saying. Because it's so true. So
Yeah,
true.
because producing a habit, it doesn't feel good. Growth habits equal uncomfortable moments. And it's the same like what you just said, the 21 days. 21 days of doing something consistent has you, and I think it's true because look, even the thing that I did a detox last year, right? Since then, I've had the habit of having the water religiously. I'm like, yo, the first thing I need in my body, my system, in my
Water.
is that warm lemon water or warm lime water. I can't. It depends on how I'm feeling or what day it is.
I bought
I
the
make
lime the
sure.
other day.
Ah, yeah. Hold on. There we go. The key lime. The key lime.
The key limes, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
A different
So
experience.
right.
Yeah.
But you see how harder it is just to squeeze out one little.
Yeah.
Listen,
I was
the
I was I
struggle
was
is
fighting it, man.
so like basically to create a good habit is you have to be consistent with it, right? And I'm glad I have that habit because I kind of encourage others to do it too. Like, look, you just said you did it. Sometimes people wonder why I show fruits on my my thing, and I'm like, there's a reason why I'm doing that. I'm
Yeah.
showing you guys I'm being consistent, and that habit is always having the water and the fruits the first thing of the day, and
Yeah.
and it's a good practice, right? So that's something you want to think about with your business, and even if it's annoying, you or uncomfortable, it's able to help you grow at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
So I actually really liked that triangle or pyramid because I think it's something that is is needed in things,
Yeah.
right? What
100%.
else? Um, d- um, what's her the queen of the speakers, Jessica Lundy, right?
Uh, Lundy,
Lundy. I
Lundy.
I am so sorry if I'm saying it
I could be wrong
incorrect,
too. She
but
was phenomenal.
yeah, big up to the
Mm.
ladies. Them. She tried to remind us that ladies still have a place on in this field. Um, looking at my notes, the ladies are able to manage it. The one thing I said that I remember her saying is, "I am next." So believing that you could be up there as well.
Yeah.
It's about having a talk, having a book, and a discussion, and creating goals for your signature talks. and collecting stories and experiences. So this is why I have this. We have to speak about our experience, right? And being transparent. And I feel like that is something I really do. Like, I've had discussions of, listen, there's times where I've done greatness in the stock market, or there's sometimes I've done like I've got bun. I got bun in the stock market, and I'm always honest, but I'm always telling you the other avenues to learn from, right?
Right.
And then the power of being a strong opener and having a memorable close, and I think they all.
That part, how she got us to get up, she was doing what she was saying. And I was like, whoa, that is how you do it.
And she
You
just
know,
walk off, mic drop, and she just dips, she skedaddling things. I was like, all right, let's see you. Big
she
up yourself,
dropped the mic and it was like a job well done.
right? And
Mhm.
Orlando Bowen, congratulations.
Phenomenal,
Jeez,
phenomenal. So
jeez,
proud of him.
right?
Uh, I got privy to him back in 2009, 2008 or 9 when I was working for a
Yes,
level of government. So that one
nice.
voice, one team, it's been doing work for a long time. And his personal story, I've heard it probably 4 times now, but each time he says it, it's just like, wow, you've overcome literally a royal beating from the authorities, and for nothing. Like he didn't do anything. Um,
Yeah, just you saying that again actually gave me chills, just remembering it. And the one thing that he mentioned is being open, honest, and vulnerable in service. I smile because I think that just is the person I am, and especially if it's comes to someone that's like, really close to me, or like anyone mostly. Um, I am open, honest, and or like vulnerable. Like, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Like, if someone needs me, boom. Christopher's like, yo, Cam, I need you to be here. All right, say less. Right? I'm there for you. If there's anyone else and I'm able, I have the capacity to be able to do it, I'm there, right? So that's really important, to being open, honest, and vulnerable in service. And because you never know what someone's going through, right?
no, you don't. You don't. So
Especially
it's just
that
that
story.
mindfulness, empathy. You know, um,
That one was great. Even Michael Pinball Clemens was there as well. So we had celebrity people, like Christopher Lawrence was one of the celebrities and things. But I really enjoyed the service, and I'm gonna ask you two questions. I'm gonna be controversial for one moment, because even with a conferences are great. You get motivated, you're inspired, and things. There's always a catch. There's always a catch with the conference. And the biggest catch, but was inspirational, because you have to boost up people, before you find out how are they going to be able to take the costs that happen, right? Because you were calculating the costs. I was calculating the cost, because I'm like, what, Johnny? I wonder what the VIP people, yeah, But first of all, listen. Let me say the one thing. If there are three people surrounding six shrimp, and you take three shrimp, I hope you're I hope you buck your toe on a corner, because you are greedy. Okay?
but I didn't have any shrimp. I didn't have any shrimp.
I wasn't gonna fight for shrimp, but if anyone knows, shrimp is my first love. And I seen 6 shrimp, and I said, okay, cool. There's 3 of us are surrounding it. You see one person take 3. I was like, yo, that's wild, fam. I was like, and the next person take 2. So you know me. I was like, well, I might as well just take the last one.
I just had cookies and muffins.
And this was actually the first conference that I've attended, and they had oat milk. I've
Yeah,
You know how many times I've been to conferences and I'm like, dang, so I'm gonna have
they
black
did a good
coffee
job.
today?
They did a good job. They did a good job because I think even with the ticket they had prefaced that there was no food, but to have
Yeah.
what they had for people with general tickets,
And they said,
I
psych,
think
we got something for you. Right?
they did a good job.
So
Yeah.
that was but the one thing, so because remember, this is something to help folks become speakers, right?
Yes.
Um so to join their community, it hold on, me out of the picture, so me out of the picture, so to join their community. Oh my gosh, it's getting lost because I have so many, I have too many people on my thing. So to join the academy, and dang, the Canadian dollar sucks, eh? 5,500 to join, normal price. That day, it was half of it, so 27.50, or you could have made 2 payments of 13.75. And I said, golly. All right, me expect that type of number because normally in the States it's like 3,000, right? Or 4,000. So if you convert it, our dollar sucks. Ugh. So if you wanted to join the mastermind and the academy, it was $12,380. And I was like, foot, my gosh. Normal price, but today's price it would have been, or that day's price, 68.78, and then 2 payments of 3,400.
Mhm.
Man, you would think we are not about to go into a recession when I hear those type of prices. And I'm not gonna knock the hustle because obviously I'm trying to get on that level of doing like high ticket value things, and right, and they so right deserve it because they gave us so much to hype us up, and
Yeah.
then they say, that's what the price is. And oops, I even forgot there was a Canadian edition, like a panel. So there was like locals that were able to speak. And I liked that because they were able to be honest and tell their experience. Remember, open, honest, vulnerable, being transparent. So I even loved that. And big up what's her name? Help me, help me, help me. She sang a song upon the stage,
Um,
and I was like,
Carrie
"Hee!"
Shanjuro. Yep.
Big up
She's a
yourself.
speaker and also an author. Um,
Mm.
she has a book out called Metaphor. I can't even say that word to tell. I'm not going to try. I'll probably type it in the chat. But she's an
But it's
author,
okay.
speaker. She
Mm.
she lit the house up, man. The
It
good
was
fire, the good
amazing.
fire.
It was amazing. It was amazing. And then you know what? To be fair, at least 20 people went up on stage
Approximately,
to,
yeah.
yeah, to join whether the academy or the mastermind and academy. And it's okay because at the end of the day, a lot of us, and oh, this is one thing that we forgot to mention. Either you find your tribe or find your team. And I kid you not, and I know people get cheese when they hear me say that. I'm like, yo, fam, I need to find my tribe. I understand I have so many people, friends and things that, have my back, but I know in order for me to scale, I need to have more. I can't have all these caps on it. I can't. Like, I need someone else to. I need to delegate some tasks so I'm able to scale up. And also, I'd be at disservice if I wasn't able to, if I become burnt out, right? And I feel like I've reached that stage at one point, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna chill, but I really don't want to be burnt out, and I just do want to have a team and just be able to elevate and everything, right? So
So,
whoever wants to join the team, just join the tribe by all means. I'm here. And I think the same with you, and I feel like we're in the same boat when it comes to needing a tribe or a team, but I at least know that we have a partnership, that we know that, yo, no matter what, yo, I got your back. Don't even worry about it. Like, oh, you have this
likewise.
person,
Mhm.
I'm gonna link you up with someone else, right? So I'm happy that I know you, Christopher.
Likewise.
So big up yourself, big up yourself. And now the main question, and I hope I have it close by so I remember it. Oh, I do. Um, when it comes to conferences, do you mainly go for personal development or personal inspiration?
Personal development,
Okay. Okay.
because I will not ever make it seem like I know everything.
Mm.
No, so because I have the capacity to learn more,
Bam, boom, bam,
So
bam.
yeah, I think that the moment you feel like you've learned everything there is to learn, come on, that's
Facts.
impossible. Yeah, you're there's so much to learn, so much to learn. Learning should be
Indeed.
endless, in my opinion.
I think just like gosh, which one was it? That was one of the things. That's what Coach Crump said. Learn more, listen more, and see how my notes is going somewhere else. Learn more. I'm trying to find it with all my notes. Yes, learn more, listen more, and level more. So yeah, you'll never be if you. That means if you're the smartest person in the room, golly, you're about to go downhill, in my opinion.
Right.
Because obviously everyone has, like, even like, I'm pretty sure they all have a mentor, right? They all have someone to look up to. Um,
I
and
think
that's
I
well.
think ET was saying that he has a mentor, and
Mm-hmm.
he's ET, right? So if ET, who's ET, has a mentor, then come on, we don't know everything, you know.
Right? Golly. And like there is just so many things that, oh wait, yes, come true. Yay. Wagwan, sir, wagwan. Popcorn.
I thought I
Even
would have seen Damien there.
ask him. Do
I
you
thought
do
I
you
would
want
have
to,
seen.
if you want to come true and like actually speak, let me know so you can defend yourself on why you weren't there, sir. Then come true. But yeah, like for sure, like I had no expectations when I went to this conference, right? Um, I'm glad I went because it like really pushed me. So like even that consistency, creativity, I remember how I said I was only gonna do 30 days of this dang challenge, content challenge. I
Right.
got twisted up and to keep going. So I'm still doing it in October, and because Financial
Right.
Literacy Month is in November, basically
November.
I'm doing 90 days. But those
Nice.
mofos better respectfully better comment and everything every time as well,
I
or
just
I'm
caught
gonna
what you
get them.
said. I just caught what you. Oh man.
Because they're like, yeah, Camille, keep doing it. 90 days, 30 days is nothing. Do it for. Do you know how long 90 days is? 90
It's tough
days,
work to
and
create content and post. Tough work. It's not easy.
golly, but I'll do it. I mean, I'll do it. If there's days it's lacking, I'll blame them. But I also know that there's other creative ways to post, right? Also, shucks. Ooh, I think I lost my train of thought for 1 second. Ooh, okay, okay, yes, 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 I caught it back. So I decided that I'm going to have a day where I do a reel no matter what. So starting yesterday, I have the financially fit Fridays hashtag.
Nice.
So I'm definitely going to be doing that for the rest of the year and staying committed to that. And that's why I said like this conference helped me, not only inspired me personally, but inspired me professionally to keep going and knowing how to execute. And I'm not going to say like none of the conferences I've been to hasn't done that, but I definitely want to be intentional with my business and like, nah, I'm dope. It's just I have to figure out the right system that works so I can scale to the next level. Right? And that was one thing that hit me. Like I told you, I kid you not, Christopher, I almost left, eh? I was gonna say, yo,
No,
Christopher, just
I
slide me in
seen
the
you.
box.
Don't worry, I would have grabbed you by the ankle. Don't worry.
I can't take this. I'm leaving.
No, but they did a
No.
phenomenal job of breaking down three words. So they
Mhm.
said, hopefully I get it in the right order. So if you have a business and you want it to thrive,
Yes.
it needs to have people
Mm.
in the right environment
See?
with
See?
the right system. So
Uh,
when they said that, it that hit me in the head. Um, because I mean, people, I would say, if I could say for myself, the network is growing. I have created environments for folks and myself to thrive in. But what I really need to work on more so is the systems.
Mhm.
Systems,
Mhm.
right? So I think you need all three
See.
to be
See.
successful to get to the next level.
Absolutely. And that golly, that last part, because that's what I needed as well. We
Systems.
daddy
No, that
duties.
really
Okay,
is, yeah.
you're forgiven. You're forgiven. um
I had a feeling, when I was saying, I was like, I know why. Yeah. But Damien, you missed a
um
good conference, man. You would have loved it,
it was
but
sick,
hopefully you're getting a taste as to what you would have experienced.
right? And when I kid you not, when I say the guy, when Dr. Eric Thomas said, you haven't been able to grow because of the nest that you're still in, I felt that 10 times and I was like, I hear you, I see you, I have to make changes, not drastic changes, ish, but a way to help me grow. Because if I don't grow, especially in 2025, nah, jeez, I'm gonna be pissed. Because what they say, the seventh year, and I'm in my seventh year, that's when it's like the storm. My gosh, right? So I have what it takes to push through, and I've I've created systems that should work. And as long as I keep writing it down, and I gotta start writing things down. Golly, where's that book? We gotta start writing things down. We gotta start writing our goals. I think he said that. Yeah, I'm not. I think the notes. Look, y'all don't tell. I actually wrote a lot because I did.
I saw you.
First of all, always have a pen. Always have a pen and paper. My pen just got lost in the sauce. So I was just like, okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna be using the phone, right? But he definitely said write things down. Just to once you have it written down, you have your you write the vision, you're gonna be ready for everything. Right?
Yeah.
So I like that. Like Christopher, I'm just so happy that you were able to attend with me. Like we're to Big Bird. And like I wanna big up Ryan as well. Ryan was
Yes.
there. That M2M was there. Millionaire Mommy,
Yep.
Shaq. Who else? I want to be Khalil, big up yourself. Um, if I forgot you, I'm sorry. It's not my mind, it's my mind, not my heart, as Dr. Vi would say. Um, and we met other great people there too. So we were able to connect. And that's the great thing about that's how I find it. And I totally want to connect with those folks anywhere I can and just support, right? That's the main thing. And I'm happy that I'm happy I got the opportunity. Like it was something I didn't expect and I was just like, yo, this is big. This is big. All right. Is there anything you want to tell the folks? Because I now my stomach is rumbling because I want to talk about shrimp and muffins and cookies.
Well,
Oh
thanks
man.
so much for the ticket. I think even spending time with you that entire day, because we were out for the whole day. I learned a little bit about you, and hopefully, you learned a little bit about me. And yeah, I just want to say thank you for being a part of all of my recent projects. You're one of the soldiers, and yeah, right.
Spartan. Hey.
Also, just yeah, the podcast, the I'm an Entrepreneur podcast. It's now
Oh,
out
oh, oh.
on YouTube.
Walan. Send the link. Send the link so I can put it to you.
Um,
Here in this part.
I'd have to go on.
Actually.
But yeah, I mean, Camille's on it. The podcast that is, and a cartoon illustrator or
Mm.
illustrators, a digital marketer, and a person that does makeup for celebrities. Um,
Yes.
so
Let's see if I can put
it's a
it to
great
you.
podcast. Are you trying to find the link, or you want me to find the link?
The way it works is I don't actually.
I don't know.
Oh. I can put it in the show notes. I'll put it in the
There you
show
go.
notes. But make sure you guys come through, watch it. What's your goal right now? To reach 1,000?
Um, I would say in the next 4 days, I would love for us to be at 500 views. I'm not sure what it's sitting on right now, but at the end of the month, it'd be
Mm.
nice to be over 1,000 views. So
Boom
so
bam bam.
far, whenever I look at it, it'll go up by 3 or 4 views, and so I'm just encouraging people to like, comment, subscribe, and share.
Exactly.
So it's about 45 minutes of us entrepreneurs talking about entrepreneurship, the challenges of it, overarching messages for the youth based from our experience being entrepreneurs. And I think you'll like it. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter if you're in your fifth year of business or your fifth day of business. This is a podcast for
Right.
everybody. And yeah, just thanks for again allowing me to be on your show.
Done no. Christopher, you know me. And I actually forgot to tell folks how it was a whole ass day.
Yeah.
We you picked me up at 8:45. I didn't get home until 9. It was a whole ass day, and then you didn't even get home until after 9. It was a whole ass day. So when people were upset with me being late for our next thing, I said, "Hey, me had a whole event the whole day, little sleep." And ooh, here, Damon's like getting a good. Hey, that's what we do. That's what we do.
Yeah.
If you want some videos and things, just link me. I'll show those. Um, mm,
Bob
true,
Proctor.
true. And he passed away last year, I think.
If it wasn't
Golly.
last year, a year before, he's Canadian. I from what I understand.
Really?
Um, Another good guy to listen to is Brian Tracy.
Brian
Um,
Tracy? Okay.
yeah, but Bob Proctor, yeah, he's one of like the gurus
He
of
is Canadian
yeah. So
author. Oh shit, it's 2022. Gosh, why did I think it was last year?
yeah,
Hey,
so
the date.
Les Brown is good. Tony Robbins.
Yes,
The
I have
gentleman
one
that
of
died
his
in the
books.
plane crash there, Monroe. Um, oh my God, I don't know his first name, but his last name is Monroe.
Mm.
Motivational speaker, phenomenal guy, man.
So now my question to you before we skedaddle, would you recommend that event for others?
The next level,
General VIP.
oh, 100%. And I think we both forgot to mention that E.T.,
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy Anderson, Orlando Bowen,
Yeah.
everybody that we saw at the conference, they're now starting a Toronto chapter.
Oh yes.
And Orlando Bowen is actually from
The
Toronto,
president.
and he's the president of the chapter. So I think the way how they're going to run it, it's going to
Mm.
be kind of like equivalent to like a Toastmaster.
Okay,
What
I like that.
I like about the whole program, they're giving you all of the essentials that you'll need to stand on the stage. So the templates, the contracts, all of these pieces, right?
Yeah.
I foresee
Mm.
what you and I went to Camille last
Yeah.
week, Saturday or
Yeah, that's
Sunday,
yeah.
Saturday. So
Saturday, yeah.
week today,
Literally,
last
yeah,
right.
yeah.
They're going to be doing that event again, and I think you're going to see more Toronto guest speakers on the stage because they're going to
Mm.
probably go through the program, get the help they
See,
need.
see.
So Orlando Bowen, yeah, yeah, go ahead.
I just need to see Canadian prices. I want me want to see um whatever the price is in the States, I want it the same price. I want it the same price. Please. Our
Yeah,
dollar is horrendous. Please. Please.
yeah,
Right? But no, I agree. It was really great. I talked for hours about it. I spoke to so many people about it, and I was sending, videotaping. People were like, "What is happening?" I was like, I'm just in awe right now. So like, if you need, and granted, you can listen to them on YouTube and stuff, but if you need that little push to be there to get that energy, reach. You can do
that's why
general
I thank you
admission.
because I've listened to these guys online. It's not the same when you see it and experience it in person, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's like you're really hearing it from their mouth, what it is that they're
Yeah,
saying that they want you to hear, right? So,
yeah. And you guys could get general admission. It's okay. I'm not telling you to do VIP and all that stuff. It's a
hey
recession.
man, hey, not it like
I'm just
that,
saying. I'm
not it
just
like
saying.
that.
But no, for real, I enjoyed it. And Christopher, thank you for being the person that won because it was truly phenomenal that whole day. Like you said, we learned so much about each other that time, and we were able to have a special bond and things, right? And
Yes,
I did the post as soon as I got home. I did a post. What? You see that? The content's coming. I'm just fire and ready, set like a soldier, like you said. But folks, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend to tell a friend, and if you want inspiration, you have us too, as well. All right. And remember, in 2 weeks, it's going to be 200th episode. So come back,
I'll be
come
there.
true.
I'll be
Yeah.
there.
All right, folks. Till next time. See ya.
Take care, everybody.
I just wanna be free with my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution. The time is now. I just wanna be free. I just wanna be free. I just wanna be free.